I'd describe our fishery as really diverse. You know, there's everything you can think of in fly fishing. You know, you've got meandering little spring creeks, you've got wonderful clear streams with rising fish, you've got fish that sit 4 metres down in pools and big braided rivers, predominantly a rainbow fishery in the north, predominantly a brown trout fishery in the south, everything you think of. G'day, my name's Mike Kirkpatrick.
My name is Kreuer.
Been fishing for about 40 years.
Fishing and guiding is my passion.
As tough a fishing as you can get anywhere in the world at times. So you need to prepare yourself with casting longer leaders than usual. So I think on average we probably use about as longer leaders as we use, or anyone would use anywhere in the world. Your first cast has to be your best cast. And people often put a sighter in, or they just put a lazy one in thinking they're going to get 2 or 3 more, and you generally don't.
Fish here are pretty sensitive to micro drag. Just as slightly as bit of drag, they won't take it. But doesn't mean they're not taking the pattern. It's just the drift is not there. But if you got the feeling that drift was good, change it. No. Go bigger, go smaller, go different pattern. But don't bomb them out with the same pattern. You know, if you got 2, 3 good drifts and he refuse it, change.
He's coming. So yeah, spotting fish in New Zealand is really important. It's because it's a sight fishing fishery. You need to slow down. You need to look at the water, through the water, identify the lies, and take a long time looking into those lies. But I always tell my clients that sight fishing, a really good sight fisher, doesn't necessarily have the best eyes, because a lot of us are getting older. But it's about identifying the right shape in the right place. Just seeing that tiny bit of colour change that, yeah, I know that's a fish. And the best sight fishers I know are generally my older mates.
If you go bigger rivers, the easiest way, especially for beginners to catch a fish, is fishing double nymph rigs with an indicator. And that clear water here, you wouldn't be able to get an indicator over a fish. You know, or some backcountry rivers, crystal clear water, I would prefer having a dry as an indicator or a naked nymph. And you don't have to have a dry as an indicator, you see the fish moving. You know, go thin, go long. You cast them a meter ahead of them, and in your inner eye you follow the nymph. You've got an idea where the nymph is, and as soon as the fish moves over, you just tighten up, don't strike, tighten up, so if he hasn't got it, you got the chance for second cast. If you rip it out, then the show's over. And again, you have to get the cast in, preferable the first cast, not the third, fourth or fifth. First cast counts. Make the first cast your best cast, and you've got a good chance to catch the boys. And tippet wise, yeah, you go as thin as it is ethical. You know, I mean, there's no point fishing in that river with a 6x or 7x tippet. You can't hold the fish. You just can't hold. So you're better off not getting the take on a couple of them, but the ones you hook, you got a good chance to put the pressure on, get him away from the bank or obstacles. Go as thick as possible, I would say, and as thin as necessary.
You have to learn how to fight trout really well in New Zealand. You have to understand how quickly you have to move at times and the angles you have to use of your rod, because these are really big, powerful trout. But you can't stand and deliver here. You've got to figure out you know, before you even cast, where the snags are, where the undercut banks are, where danger is, and try and get to that point so you can lever them away. And I think the really important thing about that too is that it's really good for the fish.
That's beautiful. Thanks, Richie.
That had some serious wheels though. When I hooked it, it knew exactly where it was going.